Well, hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Mystic Door Tarot. This is Barb with your weekly tarot reading. I do hope everyone is doing well this week, and consider subscribing. If you haven't already, it really helps the channel grow, and I certainly appreciate it. And as always, the reading won't be for everyone. These are general readings. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's see what the cards are revealing. And first off, as always, we're going to see what crystal is being suggested for you, Capricorn. What's coming through for the week? Which crystal for Capricorn? All right, we have Angelite. Your angels, your communication, because it is your throat and crown chakras that are coming into focus. So really communicating with spirit source. It can be in regards to prayers, intentions, but it is your communication with the higher source, so to speak, Capricorn, kind of highlighting this week. All right, let's see what other messages we have coming through for Capricorn. Oh, that was too many that flipped over. Lots of messages. Okay. Message for Capricorn, please. What is it? What do we have? We have divine guidance. Now, I really like this message coming through. Divine guidance is about watching out for a sign before you're moving forward. So whatever it is that you're focused on right now, watch for a sign. You're going to be alerted. You're going to be ready to enjoy your hard work. But don't decide to kind of like go in any particular direction as of yet. Wait for some more information to come forth before making a choice. Now, this card can be turning up for some Capricorns that it's really best to use your intuition to maybe make a final call on something that you're deciding about rather than using your rational mind. So try to read the signs carefully, trust your instincts. It could be a bit frustrating this week to kind of hold off and wait, but proceeding when the time is right will certainly be kind of a much more beneficial to you. So this is kind of like being at a crossroads, but you're being guided. So that is why the Angelite crystal came out, where connect, talk to your angels and guides. You know, for this divine guidance, they're leading you in the right direction. Now, let's see what your future higher self has to say. What message is coming through for Capricorn? Future higher self for Capricorn. Message, please. You are currently under construction. Please be patient. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow for Capricorn. My husband is actually a double Capricorn. He's Capricorn, sun and rising. So, yeah, I keep him grounded. Okay. All right. Let's see what the tarot has to say for this week. I am using the B Tarot deck, henceforth the thumbnail that you see with the honeycomb. So what's coming through for Capricorn for the week ahead? Messages, guidance for Capricorn, please. Here we go. And we have the Prince of Jars. That's the Prince of Cups, or the, I want to say the Page of Cups. And that is a big B on that shield. Okay. All right. We have the Five of Jars, the Five of Cups. Could be something, you're moving on from something, because this is kind of like feeling a little sad that maybe something is over and done with. It could be something that you can no longer do, maybe an activity that you can no longer do. And we have the King of Swords. Okay, so we have two cards dealing with your emotions, your feelings. That's got a lot to do with your divine guidance here. And then the King of Swords being very logical and rational. You're quite comfortable with thinking in that manner. Overall energy for the week. We have the Keeper. That's better known as the Fool card. So you're going to be heading off in a new direction, and that's why the message this week is about hold off, wait for a sign, wait for a signal, really tap into your intuition to get that divine guidance. And let's not forget, you're currently under construction, so it's about patience this week, Capricorn. All right. So starting off here with the Prince of Jars, this is the Page of Cups. It can be about, expect the unexpected. This could be in regards to, something that turns up that you really need to count to 10, hold off, have patience. Something might not go the way that you want it to, something you're dealing with. So, you've got this big shield, the defenses are up. And there's a lot of messages here of how you could respond. So I do feel that it's in regards to your communication, your throat chakra here with the angelite crystal that, and look at how it almost looks like a big jaw, like a shark jaw, the shield. So something could really, get you 5 feet in the air, with this, but it's about having patience and, kind of waiting for a sign because you're going to have better results later on. The 5 of Jars or the 5 of Cups. We got the 2 honeypots here. That's your B plan, you might say. Ooh, and that was a pun, not intended, a B plan. But I mean, your first plan, whatever it is, the broken jars here can represent, and she looks like she's dressed in black. So something maybe the hive has died, the hive is no longer, they moved, they're gone. There's no more honey that you're able to get from there. So it could be something that is over and done with. For some of you, I'm picking up in regards to health. I'm picking up that something that you used to love to do, you could no longer do just for health-related issues. So very emotional when the 5 of Cups, you're almost like kind of saying goodbye to one way of maybe living or being, but you are certainly going down a new path here. You have you have a B plan with the 2 jars of honey here. So 5 can represent a very difficult period of time, but it's something that you're going to work your way through. Now, with the King of Swords here, this is definitely about being very logical and practical in regards to, what might be coming your way unexpectedly. You're going to think things through. You're going to figure it out. You're going to see a new path forward. And that new path forward, we can see, is playing out in the background. You're going off in a whole new direction. It can be something that you were hoping and wishing for and waiting to get the sign. It's coming. It's coming. So really trust your gut instincts this week, Capricorn. And if there is something that has run its course, certainly experience those feelings, being sad, but then be able to work through and move on. You do have couple more options. So, the divine guidance and the other message about currently under construction is standing at the crossroads. And you're wanting to make that move. You're wanting to make that choice, but wait for a sign. So the Keeper, the Fool card here, playing out in the background. That's a new path that you're going to be going down. Fresh. Look at, he's near the edge. It's something really new and exciting and uncertain, Capricorn. And look what's underneath. We have the 9 of Jars. That is the 9 of Cups. So whatever it is you're hoping and wishing for, the 9 of Cups is right around the corner. So, and look at this. These are really beautiful cards. The 10 of Swords. Something is definitely over and done with. Yeah. Going in a new direction. Okay. Let's see what's pairing up with your tarot cards. So what's pairing up with the Prince of Jars, the Page of Cups? What's going to put you on the defensive? Well, not too much. It's going to be a time to celebrate. I don't feel that that's going to be difficult to do. It can be some of the support that's around you. You might feel like I don't need any support, but you do. So accept the support that might be coming your way. Something's catching you off guard, and there's people there to really help you out. The 5 of Jars, that's what's coming in. That's what you can feel here with this Page of Cups, is that something is over and done with, and you've got support nearby. Got the 10 of Pentacles. Know that this is going to be the best thing for you. This is one of those times, Capricorn, where, you like things to be a certain way. You feel comfortable with that. You like that comfy, cozy, not going out of your comfort zone. But what is forcing you, this crossroads you're standing at, is going to produce great prosperity for you in many different ways. Happiness, financial, fulfillment. We saw the Keeper, the Fool journey kicking in this week, and also getting your wish. So there's money coming in. There's abundance coming in. So you're saying goodbye to how things were, and you're moving on to maybe a new lifestyle, a new relationship, a new way of living. And with the King of Swords is the 6 of Rods, the 6 of Wands. This is celebration. This is being a role model, an inspiration to others, Capricorn. So certainly can be a new role that you're stepping into. Could be in the work arena. It can certainly be like if you're single, getting married, then starting a family. It could be stepping into parenthood. Something, this message is really making sense now. You're currently under construction. Be patient, because you're going to be going off on a whole new way of living. It could be the work that you do. It could be the hobbies that you have. It could be the direction that you're going to go. It could be new relationships. It's kind of like, it's a general reading. So the sky's the limit for you, but it's all looking wonderful. It's going to be bigger and better than anything you could imagine, Capricorn. Let's look at your final message here. Final message for Capricorn, please. We have time. Embrace in the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. It's kind of like, don't sweat the small stuff, because everything's going to work out. Patience is what is needed for this week, Capricorn. All right, that's the messages for the week. Thank you so much for joining me, and sending you love and abundance to make it a great week.